Today I'm going to do a ruler demo. We are going to show you how to use a block lock ruler and how to do a kite in the square. I wanted to show you guys this particular ruler because I really like the block lock rulers. If you've never tried a block lock ruler, they're really nice because you get really accurate happenings without having to be very good. And that's kind of my jam. So I'm going to show you guys what I think is the most difficult block lock ruler, because if you can master this one, then the rest are a piece of cake. So if you've ever tried to make this element right here, it is the most foul-mouthed ensuing block. It's just, there's no way to like get them lined up and get them straight and it not be like this, and then you press it and then it's on the bias and then it looks like, I don't know, like you were drinking and sewing. Which we do, but we don't want our quilts to look like that. This is the template. So if I put it on a piece of dark fabric, you might see it better. It's see-through, so, you know, it's kind of hard to show. But this is one of the templates. So see this funky shape? You've got this funky thing over here and this funky thing up here. And then this is the one shape. What happens is when you sew two pieces of fabric together and you press it, you get this little lip. And the ruler has this routed out space that you then put it down on the seam and you lock it in. That's why it's called a block lock, because you lock in your block, you make everything oversized, and then you trim it down, which means you don't have to worry about bias too much. You don't have to even sew it that straight because you're going to trim it. One of the tips I'm going to show you when you're working with a block lock ruler, the one thing I don't love about block locks is they slide like snot on ice. So if you use Grippy Spray, this is an ODIF product, and this is sort of like hairspray. Yeah. So here's our kite, and I'm going to put it on here, and I want to trim this down. It slides real bad. This is not a Quilter Select ruler, guys, okay? But if I take it and spray it with this groovy hairspray stuff, and it doesn't take a lot, you just sort of spray it till it becomes slightly milky. It's not sticky, but now when I put it down, it sticks, okay? So that is a really groovy way to make your templates easier to work with, because now I can just cut all the sides off. And especially on these, it's important that they don't slip, because you want to cut these little notches out. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the template piece. I just failed to mention, you're going to make one of these for both sides of your kite. So you want mirrored images of your fabric. If you take your fabric, and it doesn't even matter if you fold it right sides together or wrong sides together, if you fold your fabric first, then cut these out, you're going to have mirrored sides. That is important. So that's what I did with this fabric here, because this is a white on white, so you want to make sure that your printed white parts are up. Okay, so my white parts are up, and I'm going to take my kite and I'm going to match these up here. So we want to put this together here, and we're going to sew a a scant quarter inch is really important with this. But if you see how this little thing is notched out, this is a 1/4 inch. So this helps you eyeball when you're going to seam. If you start sewing here, we're going to come back with this mirrored image on this side and sew the same thing. Okay, so I just went and sewed this together. Real quick, right? Sewed one side, pressed it open, sewed the other side. See how it's like weird and big and oddly shaped? So you're going to take this and you're going to put it on top of your block, and you're going to lock it in. See how I'm sliding it and it's slipping into the crack right there? And it's just stopping. And so when it stops in the crack, see, it moves it. This is coming out of there. So you're going to actually put this on there and you're going to lock it into the corner. Trim two sides. Spin it around. Make sure you've got it locked in there again. You've already trimmed the two sides, so you don't have to worry about it. But just kind of pull it and it'll lock back into the seams, and trim the other two sides. So the locking really matters. This would be my suggestion. If you want to try the block lock, I would try with either the Flying Goose block or the log cabin block, and I would get you some of that Grippy Spray. And I think you'll love it. I love it.